Armenia, the land of Noah's Ark, is a country steeped in history, often called as the cradle of Christianity and home to one of the world's oldest civilizations. In this series, we will take you on a journey through Yerevan, the capital of Armenia, and explore a few more fascinating places around this beautiful city, all through our eyes. So sit back and let's dive right in. Hey there, this is We the Trippers and we welcome you to our channel. So no flights this time. We wanted to save some cash and took a shared taxi from Tbilisi to Yerevan, a 6 to 7 hour journey including the border crossing and immigration formalities. For around 45 gel per person, it was a comfortable, safe and surprisingly affordable ride, so we totally recommend it. The border crossing and immigration was smooth, no hassle at all. We had to step out of the van, clear immigration on both the sides, cross the border on foot, and the van waited for us on the other side in Armenia. Once we entered Armenia, the landscape changed dramatically and there was stunning view all around. If this hadn't been a shared taxi, we would have actually made multiple stopovers for photo opportunities. Having started late in morning from Tbilisi, we reached Yerevan late at night and, well, there was a bit of hassle with our hotel booking, but more on that in a while. So we don't usually talk about hotels, but this one, we just have to share. We were given a massive room with 7 beds spread across 2 rooms. It had a long creepy lobby leading to the master bedroom and honestly, it gave us major chills. We ended up sleeping with the lights on. The next morning, we quickly requested the hotel staff to change our room. We really didn't want a paranormal experience on this trip and then headed out to explore Yerevan.
Come and play with us, Daddy.
Our first stop was the famous Yerevan Cascade. The cascade is essentially a huge art gallery with beautifully landscaped terraces that you can explore by climbing up a series of steps. If you're there on a hot day, you can use the escalators inside the gallery, which is a perfect escape from the sun. We decided to skip the art gallery and focus on the terraces instead. Every floor was quiet, peaceful with lovely gardens and fountains. And while you're on the escalator, there were some amazing art installations scattered throughout. At the top, we took in the breathtaking view. This is definitely a place for some epic drone shots. Fun fact, Armenia, like Georgia, has no strict restrictions on drone usage as long as you are flying in the permitted areas. We casually asked the security if we could use our drone and they promptly agreed. From the top of the cascade, you can actually catch a view of Mount Ararat. Unfortunately for us, it was a bit cloudy that side, but still, the panorama was incredible. There was so much to soak into the panorama that the 3 of us got drifted apart. And since only one of us had an active internet connection, it took us a while to coordinate and regroup together to bring the we back in We the Trippers. The good part, with all this confusion, the few hours at the cascade helped us to complete our 10k step goal. And by the way, getting a visa to Armenia is very easy. You need to apply through their website and it's not very expensive too. You need to submit very basic documents and there is no need for an agent in this entire process. The visa processing is fast and we got our visas just within 4 working days. After exploring the cascade, we decided to grab some essentials from a local grocery store and try some Armenian delicacies. Tired with all the walking and climbing at the cascade, we headed out to one of the iconic coffee places in Yerevan. Lumen Coffee is a tiny vintage cafe with beautifully restored interiors, wooden ceilings, and a warm, cozy atmosphere. Fun fact, the Lumen Cafe started as a bookstore in the 1940s before transforming into cafe. While we didn't try the breakfast, the coffee was absolutely worth it, and we highly recommend spending some time here.
Whenever we travel, one of our must-visit spots is the local market. In our recent travels, we have explored the souks of Oman, Dubai, and Iran. While each has its own charm, the experience tends to be quite similar as the items sold are often alike, regardless of the country. That's why we were particularly excited to visit Vernissage, the open-air market in Yerevan, to see if it would offer something different. And it did, in the best way possible. Vernissage turned out to be a delightful surprise. We also found a stunning collection of local Armenian goods, traditional costumes, handmade stoles, carpets, and home decor items. The market is filled with fascinating items from the Soviet era, such as old passports, documents, and unique antiques. One of the quirkiest finds was a locally made Peppa Pig Matrushka doll, which is both amusing and unique. Prices at the Vernissage are quite reasonable, but keep in mind that most shops only accept cash, which led us to make 3 trips to the ATM. We had to put a stop as sometimes you need to draw a line not just based on how much you want to buy, but also on your return flight baggage allowance. The market has its own distinct charm, showcasing Armenia's rich culture and heritage. We came across crafts unlike anything we had seen before. The art collection was a highlight, featuring beautiful paintings, hand-carved wine holders, and antique metalwork that truly stood out. There was one painting we wanted to buy, but it was a bit beyond our budget. Maybe we can get that on the next trip to Armenia. After a bit of shopping and soaking in the atmosphere, we wrapped up our trip to Vernissage. Without a doubt, it's a must visit when you are in Yerevan.
And that's it for this episode. But stay tuned as we continue our adventure through Armenia, exploring some more gems and unforgettable spots. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching.